You know, man, the mood that I'm in tonight, if I didn't have to do this, if this wasn't my thing, if I didn't have to review Monday Night Raw or WWE in general, if I didn't commit to doing this, and I didn't commit to doing this to pay my bills, I would not even watch this product. I would not. This company is fucking terrible. It's garbage. It's garbage. This was one of the most boring shows I have ever watched on Monday night. And this Memphis crowd did not help at all. It's like they enjoyed the pain. Why does WWE, and I don't mean this for the people who live down there. I mean, why do you visit these fucking towns, these godforsaken cities? And please don't tell me that the shows are garbage. There's nothing to cheer for. There's nothing to get excited about. You should already know this before even purchasing your ticket. Why do you bother going to these shows? A good crowd is a necessity for a good wrestling show. This was a terrible wrestling show. WWE product in 2018, I swear on my fucking grandfather's grave, if you enjoy this garbage, you have the worst fucking taste I have ever seen. Ever seen. And you have no reason, and you have no opinion whatsoever. You have no reason to speak to anybody. This was a terrible, terrible, terrible wrestling program. That's all I'm going to say about that. A terrible wrestling program in a terrible town, and we're 3 weeks away from the Royal Rumble, and I want to fall asleep by 8:30. Going to start off with the one thing that everybody seemed to be talking about on social media. I didn't tweet because, quite frankly, I didn't give a fuck. I really didn't. Everybody tweeting me, people texting me, this and that, Matt Hardy's theme. What is the problem with the theme? What is the issue with the theme? Granted, the laugh is now comically overdone. Because once Vince McMahon gets into something that he likes, he just overdoes the shit out of it. The theme would be a lot better without Matt Hardy doing the laughter and the delete. We know that's his shtick. It doesn't need to be included in his theme song. People crying out, Rebby needs to do the theme. Correct me if I'm wrong. Rebby, I don't think, wrote Matt Hardy's theme in TNA. I believe Matt Hardy's theme in TNA was Moonlight Sonata. She just played and learned a song that was already composed by somebody else. Everybody craving and wanting and crying Rebecca Hardy to do the theme. This is a Monday Night Raw in Memphis, Tennessee. Well, do you want to be patient for it to happen somewhere else that's a little bit more fucking important? It'll happen. His theme, I honestly enjoyed his theme. I enjoyed Matt Hardy's theme. Why? Because it reminded me of the music I listen to on a daily basis. It reminded me of some epic power metal band. It really did. I loved it. I don't know what people were crying about. Do you want them to use literally everything from TNA? You knew this was going to be a WWE-inspired gimmick at some points. Just leave it as it is. It's fine. Storyline itself, I don't know where the fuck they're going with it. To be honest with you, I don't know what they're doing with this shit. They had a laughing contest in the middle of the ring. I'm over it already. Can we throw a fucking punch? Let's get to the goddamn match already. Seems like they're just stalling for the Royal Rumble. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But the theme, I like it. And Rebecca will be doing a live version of the theme somewhere down the road where it calls for it to be a little bit more important and not in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, all of a sudden, WWE wants to give us the Balor Club. Where was this 2 years ago? Where was this when the club first came into the WWE? Now you want to do it? Now you want to do it. Now you want to have factions all over the place, right? You want to have this Champions Club, the Shield. You got the Balor Club. You got the MIZ Taraj. Now you want to do the Balor Club. When you've already killed Finn Balor's WWE run on Monday Night Raw. Now you want to do it. Now you want to do the Balor Club when the club has been in catering for the last 6 months. WWE doesn't have a grasp on when to do things and when not to do things. These people are absolutely fucking brain dead. Why is this happening now? All I see are 3 guys who mean nothing to anybody in a soulless fucking endeavor to put them against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan. It means nothing for anybody. There's no faction warfare. They're fighting over literally nothing. Nobody's overtaking a brand. Where were these guys when they first came into the fucking company? Now you want to keep them as a babyface team as well. When we all know Balor needs more change than anybody else outside of Dean Ambrose on this show. Finn Balor needs a heel turn, and by God, ASAP. Finn Balor was fighting the fucking MIZ Taraj for weeks and weeks and weeks. Now he's in the main event of Monday Night Raw with Roman Reigns. Samoa Joe was fighting for the Intercontinental Championship just last week, and he's fighting fucking Rhino on this show. Where's the storyline continuation? How do you go from here to here? This should have been done when I had already pitched it. I pitched it with AJ Styles. If you didn't want to use AJ Styles, you should have used Finn Balor. And what good is this if Roman is still the champion? What good is it if Roman is still the champion? Who gives a shit about the Balor Club being baby faces and just fighting in the main event in a nonsensical, soulless match against Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Jason Jordan? It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing to anybody. You're just biding time, and you're riding the coattails of what Wrestle Kingdom did because Kenny Omega was the talk of the town. And because you had a national championship game, you thought the Balor Club versus the Shield was going to do anything for you. No. The Miz is back. Miz is back for his IC title. And this is a terrible idea. Why the Miz is going after the Intercontinental Championship again? I mean, it's logic, right? He's deserving of a rematch. He gets his rematch. He's got his rematch clause. He's the former champion. Whatever the case may be. As long as it's not happening at the Royal Rumble. WWE needs a big-time match. WWE wants championship matches for Raw 25 in 2 weeks. That's one of the matches being scheduled for the show. But The Miz recapturing the Intercontinental Championship is terrible, terrible creative. It does nothing for The Miz, and it does nothing for the Intercontinental Championship. What should have been done, what should be done, and I'm going to get my creative juices flowing here, what should have been done was Roman Reigns dropping the title to Samoa Joe, and then you thrust Finn Balor into the Intercontinental Championship mix with the club, or if you want to hold it off, this is one of 2 things you could do. You could either turn them heel or you could keep them babyface. I would prefer them to be heel. I don't know why they're doing this now and didn't wait until Roman won the title. What should have been done is the Balor Club should have waited to join forces, turn Balor heel, and just go all out war on Roman Reigns after WrestleMania, on the Raw after Mania. You know? Get the guys back together. Get the band back together. Have them come out in their Bullet Club fucking masks. Rogue. Attack the world champion and set up Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor. A babyface Roman Reigns versus a heel Finn Balor. And make that your program after WrestleMania. That's what should have been done. That's what should have been done. This whole Shield reunion was just thrust into your face for no goddamn reason to sell a fucking B-level pay-per-view. You see what would have happened if you waited? If you waited and you didn't use this Shield propaganda to build this guy up heading into WrestleMania, you would have got a great fucking storyline out of it. A heel Bullet Club or a heel Balor Club versus a babyface Shield faction. Now, but WWE didn't want to wait for that. So now we're stuck with these guys being babyface because I doubt they're going to turn Balor heel. So what you do in the meantime, you give the title, or the title should have went to Samoa Joe. Joe is the Intercontinental Champion. Finn Balor challenges Joe for the Intercontinental Championship. Joe sees that he's outnumbered. Joe sees that he's outnumbered in this war. Gallows, Anderson, Balor. Joe's got no backup. He doesn't need any backup. Just for the fuck of it, he goes against backup. Why don't you align the Authors of Pain with Samoa Joe? And then you can have the Authors of Pain versus the Club. And then you can have Balor versus Joe. And then you can have some pretty epic 6-man tags mixed in between. I don't understand why WWE doesn't do that. That's a good way to bring up the Authors of Pain. Because you know they're needed on one of these brands. More notably, Monday Night Raw, being that they got absolutely no tag team division. I think that would be a nice way to plan something for the Authors of Pain. Align them with another Samoan. There you go. It's common sense. Logic. It makes sense. But the Miz having the Intercontinental title again? Nah. I think that's terrible, terrible, terrible booking. That's actually going to hold the Intercontinental Championship back from being prosperous. Nobody wants to see the Miz with the Intercontinental Championship again. In fact, the Miz is back. Why doesn't he just not have a title for the time being? If you want to have somebody win the Money in the Bank this year, the Miz would be a perfect way to get that briefcase on him and then maybe move back over to SmackDown where I think he'll be better utilized. That's what I think they should do with the Miz. That's just my honest opinion on that. You know? But we'll see what happens. The Miz versus Roman Reigns, I don't see anything happening. If Samoa Joe did not beat Roman Reigns, even the Miz with the Miztourage is not going to do anything to Roman Reigns. But the question I do ask, if Roman doesn't lose the title next time he defends it at Raw 25, is he going to be defending it at the Royal Rumble? Is he going to have an IC title match at the Royal Rumble? Or is he just going to be in the Royal Rumble and give us all a fucking heart attack? I don't know, man. I don't know. They could have saved it for the Royal Rumble, and they could have had Roman Reigns not be in the Royal Rumble. But now that he's defending it 1 week before the Royal Rumble, it's even more reason to worry that he will be in the Royal Rumble. Another thing people were complaining about is Asuka Asuka getting beat down by Nia Jax. I don't see what the problem was here. I see fucking idiots arguing with Justin LaBar on Twitter about why Asuka being beat down by Nia Jax was a bad thing. I didn't see anything wrong with it. She got blindsided in her entrance, taking off her mask with her robe still on. Nia Jax outplayed her. Nia Jax was 2 steps ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, they booked the match for next week. We all know Asuka isn't going to lose to Nia Jax. So Nia Jax got one over on Asuka this week before she eventually loses next week. Who gives a shit? But the question I ask, not about what happened tonight, what about Asuka's title match? You know, is it going to happen at Raw 25? Is it going to happen at the Royal Rumble? We don't know. Because there are rumors that a major title change is going to happen before the Royal Rumble, and the Women's Championship on Monday Night Raw is the one that they're talking about having Asuka win. Asuka might be the Raw Women's Champion before we get to the Royal Rumble, which is probably going to open up the floodgates with Ronda Rousey rumors. Or Paige rumors winning the Royal Rumble. But if Asuka doesn't win the championship, if Asuka doesn't win the Raw Championship, Raw Women's Championship from Alexa Bliss, then there's no doubt in my mind it would be absolutely horrific booking if Asuka does not win the Royal Rumble. In fact, make her come out at number 1 and last the entire fucking way. Will you? You want to build Asuka up as the greatest of all time? That's how you do it. If Asuka is not going to win the Raw Women's Championship before the Royal Rumble, and she is indeed going to be in the Royal Rumble, then you're going to have her come out at number 1. You're going to have her run through everybody and last from beginning to end, winning that Royal Rumble. That's what you're going to do. But I don't know what WWE is going to do. I could see them doing something like that and having Asuka win, not necessarily at the number 1 position, but I could see them having Asuka win. I could see Asuka winning the title before the Royal Rumble and having Ronda Rousey win the Royal Rumble, setting up that match for WrestleMania with Asuka as the champion. I don't know. As long as I don't see Stephanie McMahon in the Royal Rumble, I swear to God I will hang myself. I will bleach myself if Stephanie McMahon even comes anywhere near that ring on the 28th. Other than that, this show was absolutely god-awful. God-awful. As you guys know, this is your Monday Night Raw review. Those were the big talking points from tonight's show. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't really feel all that well. It is January 8th, is it? Yes, it's January. Well, right now, by the time you guys watch this, it'll be January 9, but it is January 8th, at least for another 20 minutes. 2018. This is your official Monday Night Raw review. I want to thank everybody that showed me massive support all weekend for Off the Script. I did not get part 3 up on Sunday or today because I'm just kind of taking a few steps back right now. I will get that up tomorrow. I did recording for Cultaholic today. I got to get Adam Pacitti my footage for whatever they got planned. So I did that today and dedicated my time to that. But I will get Off the Script up tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for the Off the Script that was uploaded Friday and Saturday. We went over the top 10 matches of 2017 as chosen by me. The first ever Off the Script Viewers' Choice Awards, a poll that you guys exclusively voted on. I want to thank everybody for showing up for part 2, where we talk about Roman Reigns and the rumor of him winning the Royal Rumble. That got major numbers, so thank you for that. And I want to thank everybody for coming out to my New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 12 full show review video. That one got over 1,300 likes, which is fucking unbelievable to me, man. A non-WWE video on this channel getting that much love and support from you guys. It's nearing 20,000 views. I mean, if that's the case, and if you guys really want me to cover New Japan, man, I'm going to have to start doing it. Because that's a little absurd to me, being that I'm a WWE channel, and you guys came out. And thank you for all the kind words on my review, man. You guys really enjoyed it, and I thank you guys so much for that. Follow me on Twitter, at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Nice little pace, man. We're nearing 87,000 subscribers. We got another 700 or so before we get to 87, so we're well on our way to that number. So continue to spread the word, continue to tell a friend, continue to tell a coworker, whatever the reason may be, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And I want to thank my newest sponsor, Harry's Razors, man. They've been on board as of this past weekend. They are giving everybody listening to the show tonight a free trial shave set. A $13 value that includes a razor handle, a razor blade, shaving cream, and a travel kit. So make sure you guys go and check out Harry's Razors, man. All you have to do is go down to the description below. It'll be one of the first things you see. Harrys.com/script. That's all you have to do. They're giving you a free $13 shave set, and all you guys have to do is pay the shipping and handling, which is basically nothing, man. So make sure you guys go and support. Harry's is a fine product. I use it. I need to fucking use it because I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks. But you guys are definitely going to get something you will use every single week. I've been using Harry's razors for about 4 months now, and it's absolutely the best razor I've ever used. I went on a story on Friday's episode where I talked about, or Saturday's episode rather, where I talked about using disposable razors to shave my face because I didn't want to spend the exorbitant amount of money on these well-known razor blades. So Harry's Razors is fantastic, man. One of the smoothest shaves you will ever have. Their shave gel is great. You go to their website, they got so much other stuff. You're going to fall in love with this travel set. You're going to buy the entire line of products. Believe me, I did, and so will you, man. Harry's Razors, they're sponsoring the podcast tonight. harrys.com/script. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Monday Night Raw opened up with Jason Jordan interrupting Roman Reigns, the big dog, and he feels that he can just come on in and interrupt Roman Reigns whenever he wants. I wish more people would do that, but I wish they would do it in a less cringe-like manner. But Roman Reigns was interrupted by Jason Jordan tonight. Let's hear the audio of the opening of Monday Night Raw on this boring night from Memphis, Tennessee. Roman Reigns interrupted by Jason Jordan.
After all the attacks, after all his talk, after all his hype, you would think Samoa Joe would be ready for me. But he wasn't. Because last week, when it was time to put up or shut up, Samoa Joe got silenced. And that's why I'm still the Intercontinental Champion. And it's not that I'm better than Joe in this ring. It's because I was fighting with a purpose. I was fighting for my brother, Dean Ambrose. Well, since I got Dean on my mind, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. This is another message to anyone back there. If you mess with one of the members of the Shield, you mess with all of us.
When I watched your match last week with Samoa Joe, man, I got goosebumps. It was like for the first time in my life, I felt like I was a part of something meaningful. It's just like you said, when someone messes with one of us, they mess with all of us.
Jason Jordan thinking he's in the Shield.
On behalf of Seth and I just want to say thank you.
Jordan puts out the fist and Roman does nothing.
I know you mean well, but you're kind of stepping on Roman's moment here, all right?
This is everyone's moment. I mean, we all had legitimate issues with Samoa Joe, and Roman took care of it. Just like we took care of the bar in the very first night that we teamed together. And now, we're all champions, and we run this show.
Hold on, man. All right, look, man. Enough with this we stuff. You're a team with Seth, and me, I'm the guy. And
we're all champions. I mean, who's better than us? We'll take on 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys, 2 teams, 4 teams. I mean, we're not quite the Shield, but you have to admit, we're pretty good. We might be the most dominant 3-man group in all WWE.
Jason, I know you're excited to be out here a part of something big, but do you really think that you're a part of the most dominant 3-man group in all of WWE?
Yeah.
Jason, I've been running with Gallows and Anderson for 10 years before you knew that Kurt Angle was your dad.
That's true. See, we were all off doing our own things. But see, eventually we knew that the 3 of us would come together and take this place over.
3 years too late.
And that day was last Monday on Raw. So just like you, Jason, we're excited. Because 2018 is the year of Balor Club.
Yeah, for sure.
Balor Club? Please. I'm happy to be a part of the Champions Club.
What a lame fucking line, dude. Jason Jordan's like a fucking young child who just tasted pussy for the first time.
Champions Club. Champions Club. Is that some cute new version of the Shield? I mean,
It must be because I don't see the lunatic fringe out here.
no.
I see the architect.
Yeah.
I see the big dog.
There he is.
And I see what's that name we what's that thing we call him? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's it begins with an
Should
N.
I?
It's
Give it to him.
Jason Jordan heard about enough.
Jason Jordan getting on everybody's
Reigns
nerves,
and
man.
Rollins trying to
Don't really
calm
care
down
about it, man.
Jason
It was
Jordan.
just a fucking forced segment that did nothing. Like I said, man, Kenny Omega said it best when he was describing Nakamura in WWE, man. Everything that he's done so far, everything that WWE does is just fucking soulless television. There's no fucking feeling in it anymore. Now you're putting these guys together, like I said in the beginning. For what? Because you got nothing to do. Now because you were forced to put Balor in the Balor Club because he had nothing to do. Now what's happening? Instead of doing it when it made sense, now they're doing it because they have nothing else better to do for Finn Balor. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, WWE thinks I'm stupid. WWE thinks that you're stupid. This means nothing to anybody, man. What a garbage segment. What a garbage way to get a match started. WWE has greatness right at the tip of their fucking fingers, and they don't use any creativity. Moving on here, man, with the rest of the show. What was I doing during this? I don't even fucking know, man. All I know about this match is that Sonya Deville actually looks pretty decent with straight hair. I guess they're trying to make Sonya Deville look a little bit more girly standing next to Mandy Rose and Paige, but she doesn't look half bad with straight fucking hair, man. I like it. Sasha Banks and Cringely versus Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Sasha Banks wins here. Sasha Banks and Bayley win here. Banks' statement in the middle of the ring to Mandy Rose. Every which way, every fucking combination of these three versus Absolution has been done already to death. Shoot me, please. Nobody fucking cares. Can we get through the Royal Rumble and get this political fucking garbage over with? Again, we seen the replay of Stephanie McMahon's announcement for the Women's Royal Rumble. Like I don't fucking know what's happening. Cedric Alexander's backstage warming up when Goldust appears. Gives him words of encouragement for his title shot tonight. Goldust believes in Cedric. I wish I believed in 205 Live. I don't. This mixed match challenge is looking pretty good, man. I like the way, I will give WWE credit here. For a show that I really didn't give a shit about going on when the original announcement was made, they're going to make me watch this fucking show. I'm even thinking about reviewing the goddamn show. Because it just looks like WWE's having fun with this. And for some reason, it feels like it's coming together organically. Like, I don't know if WWE's doing this or not, but it's like they're surprising their superstars with their partners. For example, like Goldust didn't know who his partner was going to be, and Alicia Fox didn't know who her partner was going to be. So they met together. They met at whatever destination they were told to meet at, and there he was. Alicia Fox and Goldust is announced. The Miz and Asuka was announced, and they went on bragging that they're going to win the whole fucking thing. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all with the Miz having Asuka as his partner. Matt Hardy and Kurt Hawkins. This is the official Woken in-ring debut here for Matt Hardy. Theme song we talked about. I enjoy it. I thought it was very good. And actually, I have a clip of it right here. Let me see. I think we have a clip of it here. Let's see. There we go.
I will delete you.
It's Sounds like a fucking power metal theme, dude.
I don't even know what to say. You need not say anything.
Sounds like
Just open your
Nocturnal
eyes,
Rites
open your
or
mind and
fucking
enjoy
Dragonland or something that I
Woken
listen
Matt
to.
Hardy.
I think it's great. I don't know what people are complaining about. The fuck did you want? What did you people want? Did you want some fucking eerily similar theme to TNA where it's just nice and brooding and fucking, it's something that you listen to by a fucking fireplace while drinking a red glass, a glass of red wine? What the fuck do you want? I like that it's up-tempo. You get used to it. That's Matt Hardy's theme, or a clip of his theme, so that's that. He defeated Kurt Hawkins in the middle of the ring, and after the match, he beat him with a twist of fate, by the way, goons. Matt Hardy wins with a twist of fate. After the match, Bray Wyatt appears in the ring, and they have a laugh-off. They start laughing at one another, and that's how the segment ends. Don't really give a shit. I'm getting quite agitated with this Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt shit. Just let them fucking fight and end the goddamn feud already. I don't know where it's going. WWE will probably let this go through WrestleMania. I think they'll let this go through WrestleMania. That's just my logic behind this. But I am not really entertained by this whatsoever until we get to that next level, and we have not reached that next level yet. We're getting bits and pieces of Matt Hardy's gimmick finally coming full circle on WWE television. Finally had his in-ring debut. Finally had the theme music. Now he's face-to-face with Wyatt instead of doing the shit on the Titantron split screen. But now they're doing the same thing that they did weeks ago, only in person. So it's no different. We need the next layer of this feud to happen, and fast. Elias is in the ring. Spotlight on him. He sings and taunts the Memphis crowd, mentioning Elvis Presley. Elias starts a song, which ends up being an entrance for The Miz. So The Miz had Miz TV, and he reveals his plans for 2018.
Welcome to the most must-see WWE talk show in history. Welcome to MIZ TV. The Marine 6 has wrapped. The USAO Holiday Tour has finished. And The Miz is back on Monday Night Raw.
Fucking Bo Dallas looking like Stu Block from Iced Earth, man.
But in my absence, let's face
fuck
it,
is going
I
on with
was
him there?
not forgotten. No.
Or Jack Black.
I'm the glue
One of
that
them.
holds Monday Night Raw together. I make this show must-see. But also, I was not forgotten because of the valiant efforts of two people. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guests at this time. Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, the Miz Taraj. In 2017, these two turned their careers around after months of sitting under the learning tree. They are living embodiments of a New Year's resolution done right.
Miz, 2017 was the best year of my life. It was like every day was Miz. Thank you so much.
Miz, having your wisdom in my life this year was like winning the Mizzies every single day. Thank you, Miz. Thank you, Miz. Thank you, Miz.
And
Thank
they're
you,
still
Miz.
fucking bums.
Which is why I got you this.
Oh yeah. Miz, look.
So Axel presents him a picture of himself, The Miz. Picture of The Miz.
I got you a brand new
Axel takes the sports coat off his back and gives it to The Miz.
It's for you.
Bo Dallas takes off his Invicta watch
Oh yeah?
and gives it to The Miz.
I got you an awesome watch.
No, Miz, hold on. You need new shoes. Right here. Take my shoes here.
Guys, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. Sit down! Both of you!
So goddamn stupid, man. This crowd was fucking terrible. I'm falling asleep just listening to this shit.
2017 was an incredible year
No,
for me.
2016 was better for you.
But trust me, I
2016
have a
was
lot
better
more
for the
planned.
Miz.
You see, in 2017, I held the Intercontinental Championship
And did nothing
for
with it.
200 days. I elevated his
No,
career.
you didn't.
I elevated
You
his
just
career.
brought them to television
I elevated
in which
Monday
they're still
Night Raw.
losers.
I elevated SmackDown. Everything I touched turned to gold. Hell, I'm Rolling Stone Superstar
Rolling Stone
of
is nothing
the
but
year.
a fucking piece of shit magazine that nobody should ever read. That highlights
I
terrorists.
allowed Roman
by the way.
Reigns to borrow my Intercontinental Championship. Because when I went on to film a movie, I wanted the Intercontinental Championship to be represented week after week after week. I wanted the Intercontinental Championship to be bigger than me in my absence. But as we all can clearly see, the title doesn't make the champion makes the title, and Daddy's home.
Yeah, and neither one of you did anything for the title. Miz didn't do anything, and
In
Reigns ain't doing anything.
2018, I will celebrate the birth of my daughter. In 2018, I will become the longest reigning, single greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. I will be the one and only person they think of with that title. So Roman Reigns, I hope you enjoyed your time in the spotlight that I allowed you to have. But understand, it's all coming to an end. I am back, and I am coming for my Intercontinental Championship. And you can believe that.
The Miz is very good at what he does, man. In fact, The Miz is great at what he does. And I don't think The Miz really gets the appreciation from the casual fans that I think he should. The Miz is going to be one of those guys where when he's gone, people are really going to appreciate what The Miz brought to the table and how good he really was. That's the God honest truth. But do I think him with the Intercontinental Championship is the right creative decision? No. I think that's terrible creative. Or a terrible creative decision. I have no interest at all seeing the title go back to The Miz. It needs a new fresh face. We need new blood. Enough of the same old shit. It's a new year, new opportunities. Get the fucking title away from The Miz and get the fucking title off of Roman Reigns. Period. So that's what's going to happen. Raw 25, Miz versus Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. Cruiserweight Championship match, Cedric Alexander and Enzo Amore. This one actually went to a countout. Enzo got busted open. I don't know what happened here. I think he got busted open. It wasn't on the dive, but I don't know. I really didn't notice where Enzo got fucked up. I didn't. All I know is that he was bleeding on his eye or on his face. All of a sudden, I see Cedric Alexander fly over the top rope, and Enzo buckled his ankle, clutches his ankle, selling an injury. He looked legit really fucked up. Trainer comes out to check on Enzo, starts wiping his face off with the towel. Cedric makes it back by the 9 count. Enzo holding onto the apron just as he gets counted out. So I don't know if he's legit hurt here. He really looked it. His ankle really looked to buckle underneath him as Cedric Alexander came flying over the top rope on top of him with that suicide dive. But I really don't know what ended up busting him open. I really didn't get that. So Cedric Alexander wins this title match, but doesn't win the title. He wins by countout. After the match, Cedric is announced the winner. Enzo retains. Nia Jax is backstage as she's watching trainers work on Enzo. Cedric stands tall as the music hits. I don't know if he's getting a rematch or not. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks. I think Cedric really does need a rematch if Enzo legitimately got hurt. But we won't know anything until tomorrow. He looked legitimately hurt. We just don't know how. Or either that or Enzo's a fucking really, really good seller. So Kurt Angle's backstage on the phone with somebody, and it's definitely either Lita or Trish Stratus or Beth Phoenix. You know, he said something along the lines saying that they haven't been in the ring in years, but he thought someone of her caliber would be great for the Royal Rumble. We're getting surprise entrants. I would not be surprised to see Lita, Trish, Beth Phoenix, or all three of them in the fucking Royal Rumble. So there's plenty of room for surprises, and he was on the phone with a Hall of Fame female performer. Bar walks in. They want to know when they're getting their tag team title rematch. It's happening at the Royal Rumble, so it will be the Bar versus Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble. Miz gets his title match at the 25th anniversary Raw show in Brooklyn, and that match will be against Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. The Bar versus Titus Worldwide. The Bar actually lost this. Titus tags in, goes to work on Cesaro. Titus shows off. Titus drops Cesaro for a 2 count. The match falls apart at the end. Massive confusion. Referee distracted. We got all 4 guys in the ring. Titus ends up rolling up Sheamus for the pin. I was surprised by this. Crowd went crazy. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Whatever the case may be, Titus Worldwide wins. Do you care? No. Do I care? No. Is Dana Brooke still garbage? Absolutely. How many fucking golden Idaho potatoes are going to be needed for SmackDown Live? The answer is we don't know. Only Dana Brooke knows. She's got to get better glasses because I think she underordered. Paul Heyman's in the ring. He does the usual introduction. I don't have the vocals here. He said nothing out of the ordinary. This feud is garbage. This triple threat match is garbage. I don't care about any 3 of these guys at all. I don't care about the Universal title at the Royal Rumble at all. So, by default, I don't care about what Paul Heyman says, because what has Paul Heyman stated here that he has not stated already for this title match? He goes on to say what happened last week is a mockery. You know, Lesnar took what Kane had and laughed in his face. The same way he will do it at the Royal Rumble with Kane and Braun Strowman. Heyman says the real question will be if Lesnar will pin Kane, will he pin Braun Strowman, or will he stack both of them on top of one another for the pin? Heyman goes on about how dominant Lesnar is, and Heyman drops the mic. Nothing out of the ordinary. Sometimes Heyman hits fucking grand slams. The other times he hits a single. This is one of those little squibbers up the fucking third base line. You know, it wasn't anything we haven't heard already, and this feud is garbage. So why am I going to be interested in what Paul Heyman has to say here when I just don't give a shit about who Brock Lesnar is fighting at the Royal Rumble? So after this entire thing is over, I didn't mention this in the beginning because I really didn't even care about it. I laughed when it happened because, of course, WWE has to get the outlandish big man spot here with Braun Strowman. Kane sneak attacks Brock Lesnar on the outside. He's walking up the ramp from this promo. Kane attacks him from behind. They're backstage. All of a sudden, Braun Strowman comes literally flying out of nowhere. He attacks Brock Lesnar, and I swear to God, man, Brock Lesnar sold the living shit out of this attack for Braun Strowman. He was hurled into fucking travel crates and production crates. Braun Strowman just chucked Brock Lesnar as if he was a fucking softball against the wall. He hits all these crates. He falls through a table. Kane is standing there. Braun Strowman picks up a huge red production crate, throws it at Kane, and then all of a sudden he pulls out his fucking bat belt, his utility belt. He's summoning his inner Batman. He's got the bat grapple. He goes into a fucking production crate and pulls out a grappling hook like he's fucking Zelda, right? Like he's Link in The Legend of Zelda grappling from fucking one end of the map to the other. Where the fuck is he getting a grappling hook from? Pulls out a fucking grappling hook. He swings the fucking thing like he's Batman in Gotham City, climbing a fucking building in the Gotham Knight. He pulls the entire back of the fucking stage down as if it's fucking Jenga. And all of a sudden, we got Brock Lesnar on the floor through table rubble. Kane is destroyed, being destroyed by the production crate. And then Braun Strowman pulls down this entire structure, and it falls on top of everybody. Nobody was legit hit by this thing. It just made for a good visual. You know? After the fact, Braun Strowman screams. He walks away. Paul Heyman is over there screaming his eyes out, screaming his mouth out, you know, losing his voice. And Brock Lesnar is the one carted away in a stretcher, and Kane walks up on his own. So the champion was battered and beaten, and, Brock Lesnar really took the worst of the beating here. So people were saying, they made Brock Lesnar look weak because Kane walked up on his own. Kane was only hit with a production crate. Brock Lesnar was flung into a fucking steel wall of production crates and landed through a fucking table, and then he had this thing brought down on him, which did nothing. It just made for a good visual. Nobody was even hit by this thing. Braun Strowman just wanted to pretend he was King Kong in New York City. That's all he did. But people are saying, this made the feud. I laughed. I legitimately laughed at what happened. I enjoyed it. It was better than what happened last week after the fucking disgusting display we seen last week with that fake forced pull-apart brawl. But this one was a good visual. This one made up for a terrible last week brawl. And that was it. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to sit here rant and rave how this made the feud. I can't wait to see this triple threat match. If you're excited about it, God bless you. Me, I just don't give a shit. All I know is that it's the inevitability of Brock Lesnar winning this match and going to WrestleMania, ultimately to lose to Roman Reigns. That's all that was. Samoa Joe versus Rhino. He challenges for the IC title 1 week, and he's fighting a fucking Titus Catering MVP the next week. He wins here with a Coquina clutch. This wasn't even the best part of the match. The best part of the match was after, which I actually have, finally, a Samoa Joe promo they uploaded on their YouTube page. Samoa Joe enters the Royal Rumble and has some parting words for Roman Reigns and a particular individual who just announced himself in the Royal Rumble as well.
A very impressive victory here tonight, but I imagine it doesn't take the sting off your loss last week to Roman Reigns.
Whoa. A loss? Were you watching what happened in this ring? You're calling last week a loss? No. You see, Roman Reigns' little win, it was merely a Pyrrhic victory. You understand what a Pyrrhic victory is, right?
Yeah.
A Pyrrhic victory is a victory that comes at such a great cost, you might as well have marked it as a loss. Roman, I have beaten years off your career every time I've stepped in this ring with you. And trust me, the cracks in the foundation are coming. And when it all comes tumbling down, Roman, I'm gonna be there to finish the job. But until that time, I shall pursue more worthy things. And tonight, I announce my entrance and participation in the Royal Rumble match.
Wow. Well, another question. How do you think you're going to match up against the 29 other superstars and legends such as Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, John Cena, Finn Balor?
Whoa. What'd you say?
This is where things got interesting.
John Cena?
Major tease here.
When it comes to my career, John Cena is a name that I will never forget. And in the Royal Rumble, he will be the first man I eliminate.
Nice little tease there. I don't know what that was about, but could we see Joe versus Cena at WrestleMania? I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Maybe by that time, Joe is the Intercontinental Champion. Because he did say, and Joe is fucking absolutely amazing. Why doesn't this man have a championship? He makes everything just sound so real. Samoa Joe is not even trying. He makes everything just sound so legit. Just take the opening promo and then watch Samoa Joe's promo. Which would you rather listen to? He just makes everything just so much better. And if Joe is already proclaiming that he's going to, again, go after Roman, but right now in the time being, he's just biding his time, he's entering the Royal Rumble, maybe we will see Samoa Joe, the Intercontinental Champion, going into WrestleMania. I don't know. We don't know. But Joe is fantastic at everything he does. Easily one of the biggest MVPs in this early year for Monday Night Raw. Moving on here, Alexa Bliss was backstage with Nia Jax. She asked how Enzo was doing. Nia says he's fine, but you don't really care. She talks about how she cares about Nia and says that she is worried about Enzo holding Nia back. Apparently, they have an issue with Asuka. Asuka was talking trash about Nia. Nia wanted to know what was said. Nia didn't believe what Alexa said because Asuka doesn't speak English, is their reasoning. Well, if you heard Asuka speak, she does speak English. And she's getting better at speaking English. So I don't know where that line came from. So apparently, Nia thinks Alexa's full of shit. Bliss is trying to play all cards here because she's scared. And she walks off. And that was that. Asuka is in the ring for her match. Like I mentioned in the beginning, people had a problem with this. Asuka is not losing next week. They already announced the match, a full-fledged match next week with Asuka and Nia Jax. Nia just got one over on Nia Jax here because she's ultimately going to lose next week. Duh. Don't know what people are complaining about. Roman Reigns, Jason Jordan, and Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. The soulless main event that is, Dean Ambrose ain't there. Why the fuck am I going to care? Seriously. I just didn't give a shit. I really did not care. And clearly Memphis didn't care either. Jason Jordan really fucked everything up here. Reigns is waiting for the tag. Rollins is trying to recover from Finn Balor. Jordan comes back in. He enters the ring. Referee has Jordan in the ring. He's holding Jordan back. Rollins tags Reigns. The referee didn't see it because he had his back turned, attending to Jason Jordan. Chaos leads to Rollins eating a magic killer from Gallows and Anderson. Reigns comes in, drops both of them. Jordan and Reigns start arguing. Anderson pulls Reigns to the floor on the outside. Reigns fights Gallows and Anderson off again. Reigns sends Gallows into the ring post. Superman punch and then a spear on the outside. Superman punch to Anderson and then a spear to from Reigns to Gallows. Jordan then seemingly fucking up Roman's hot tag. He tries to go in and get Rollins to his feet. He fucked Rollins over here. And Balor took advantage of the miscue of Jason Jordan here with Rollins. That hesitation drop kick to Seth Rollins. And Balor knocks Jordan down to the floor. He goes to the top. Coup de grace on Seth Rollins. And the Balor Club beat this mock version of the Shield on Monday Night Raw. After the match, Balor, Anderson, and Gallows celebrate. And after the match, the MIZ comes out and attacks Roman Reigns, skull-crushing finale in the middle of the ring to Roman Reigns, and then the fans actually start chanting one more time, good on you, Memphis. Miz then drops Reigns with another skull-crushing finale and a triple powerbomb. So they did the Shield triple powerbomb again, rinse and repeat. We've seen this done to Roman Reigns before TLC. Nothing out of the ordinary. I am not interested in another Miz title run for the IC title. Same old shit, and a main event that is literally 3 years too late here for Balor and the club guys versus any form of the Shield. I don't give a shit. WWE seemingly, honestly, from what I see here, it is a clusterfuck of booking. They don't know what they want to do. All I get a sense from this Monday Night Raw is that they can't wait to get to the Royal Rumble. Because it's the Royal Rumble. All 30 of these guys are going to be in the ring. Just get to the Royal Rumble and let's get through that and then worry about building towards WrestleMania after the Royal Rumble. They don't give a fuck. The Rumble's going to sell itself. Let's throw everybody in the ring and then we'll worry about it after it's over. That's all. That's the sense I get. That's what I'm feeling here. I don't know what you guys are feeling, but this show was garbage. And that's your Monday Night Raw review. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Thank you guys so much for everything. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw down below. Let me know what you thought about all the hot topics from this show, if you even gave a shit about them. Remember, get your free shave set at harrys.com/script. Make sure you guys check out Audible. Audible's still sponsoring the podcast. audibletrial.com/offthescript for your free audio book. Get your t-shirts at barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. If you guys want to pledge towards the Patreon page, patreon.com/JDFromNY206. And follow me on Twitter at JDFromNY206 and hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Thank you all so very much. I'll be back with more content tomorrow. And have a good night. This show was terrible. Talk to you later.